You think a wind machine for your SimRig is crazy? Well, you better have a look at this video. The Race Display Pro from EPLAB was one of the discoveries I'm really proud at because it extends my SimRig and brings so much fun driving. But from time to time I'm having a look what EPLAB is doing just to get some ideas, and what is new is that they have an own webshop. That means you can have a look at all the developments in the webshop on their website. And you will find all the products that can extend your SimRig to a certain extent. Race Display Pro, the Sim flag, all the dashboards, button boxes, and one little thing we want to have a closer look at, the Hyperwind400CFM. It's a sim racing wind machine, and this is how it looks like. And this was one of the things I was always considering in bringing to my SimRig to get more immersion. It's having a kind of a ventilator system for hot races, or if you just driving in the summer and you do not want to sit in your own sweat. So let's have a closer look at exactly this product from EPLAB. So what do we got here? Once you receive the package, you will find a lot of things inside them. And one big part is the main unit for the wind machine. And you see it's a 3D printed housing where the ventilator is built in. You do have nice outlets for all the cables and stuff, and you have a kind of a rig mounting feature we will talk about in a moment, and I show it to you how it will look at my SimRig. So all the mounts are also 3D printed, but it's totally okay because the product itself, it's not weighing a ton. It's really lightweight, and everything you will need for the mount is included in the package. So besides the main unit, you also have a second unit, the secondary vent, which can be used for left and right sides so that you have the airflow from two sides inside the SimRig. You see you have a power button, everything is nicely designed, and the whole system is pretty flexible. As you can see, you can just adjust the tube into different directions. This is no problem installing it to your SimRig, so it's quite adaptable, which is not too bad. A nice thing also, the tube comes with different colors that you can select. Here you see the black color, but I also got the red inlays because I wasn't too sure what kind of color will look best in my SimRig situation, because I have seat belts that are also in red and stuff like that, but I will show you later. For sure, you do have all the power cables and stuff, and EPLAB is always using the pretty fancy connectors. They are nice because I think they are easy to install, but also, you cannot easily extend them or exchange for longer cables because they are having these kind of special connector. But it's all totally fine. Everything is in the box what you will need for the installation of the product, so nothing to worry about. Maybe talking a little bit about the dimensions. I have told you that there is one main unit, and the main unit somehow has, of course, dimensions, which is 12 centimeters, 12 centimeters, and 12 centimeters. So it's actually quite similar. And you see the mounting situation. You can just mount that then to the SimRig. The other unit, it's nearly the same kind of dimensions, only the depth is somehow 8.5 centimeters. So it's pretty neat and tiny, so it doesn't take too much space in your SimRig environment, which is also quite nice. As I said, the product comes with different color coding in terms of the outlet of the tube. Here I have mounted the red one, and this looks really fancy. The black is also nice, but I like the red accent. It will deliver a special taste to the installation at my SimRig. But let's have a look. Here in comparison, you see the black one. It's also quite nice because it's just there and shiny, but I'm going for the red one, I think. Why have I chosen the EPLAB Hyperwind400CFM? Because you can easily mount that to your rig and it's not looking weird. I know you can also build ventilator systems on your own, but I just wanted to have a kind of a complete package where I do not have to care about certain things. So as you can see, it is easily mountable behind your screen. It adjusts quite nicely and you can mount that to any alu rig profile that you are having. And I think it's looking really, really nice. It's not too much space that is needed for that. And all in all, it's just fitting to the overall kind of atmosphere of the SimRig. But how can we get things to work? Let's have a look about the SimHub settings. You will need to have a look into the Arduino, my hardware section, because you have to make sure that the product is recognized by SimHub. And it can be, if you are having one Arduino, that you need to select multiple Arduinos, and then the product should be in that list here. But the most important setting is the Shake It Wind setting that you will find also in your SimHub menu. And here you do have a lot of settings. You can set up the idle wind power. You can set up that the ventilator system is reacting to the speed when driving. You can predefine the power settings, so how fast the airflow will be at the final end of the day. So pretty much what you are able to explore here. You can have a look and test it on your own, but these are, let's say, recommended settings to start with. And for sure, we will also need to have a look at the output configuration, as you will see the Arduino setting, and you just need to define the left and right channel to channel 1 and channel 2. And then you are somehow already done. Having a look at the controls here, and this is, I think, the most advanced thing. You can define the controls to switch on the wind system or do changes, and you can link it to buttons of your button box, or you can put buttons from your steering wheel to react with the wind system. And this is actually quite nice. And I will be showing this to you in a moment, how this is looking in real life. Just have a seat in my cockpit, and here you see I have mounted the airflow vents pretty nicely to the SimRig itself, so that it's looking quite fancy and it's not disturbing in any way. And you see I do have some red color scheme already in the rig situation, so I opted for the red tube outlets, which is not too bad. And the fun part is, because here you can just see, and I'm zooming into the dash of the steering wheel, with the assigning of the buttons, you can easily press the button of your button box or whatever to start the actions. That means you can start the wind machine during the race while pressing a button, and you can also adjust it, how many, let's say, power should be generated from the system, which is quite nice, because It's not one size fits all. You can easily adjust that, and it's bringing a little bit the race car feeling into your home, because you can just stop and start the vent and the airflow. And I think this was the puzzle piece I was missing in my SimRig. And I've also a sound recording of the system. This is the full power sound, and please have a look at the details to show you that the air is flowing through the tubes. And as I said, this is the full power set running 100% in the wind simulator. I am really loving that system. I drove around a couple of laps already with the new setup, and I can tell you, it's a breeze. Yeah, it's a light flow of air coming to you, and this is really cool. And this keeps you cool in race situations. And I guess this was a puzzle piece I was missing in my SimRig. And I really like the fact that I can steer that with my buttons on the steering wheel or the button box. So it's bringing joy to my SimRig. Have a look at the product yourself, and I can only recommend that maybe you should talk to EPLAB too.